Hello student, all of you are welcome to this lecture for numerical methods and its applications. In previous lecture, we have studied how to find the derivative of first and second order for interpolating polynomial by using Newton's forward difference interpolation formula, and the values of derivative at the points of x which are either for the given values of x or for the values of x which are not prescribed in the table. Now we see what is Newton's general quadrature formula for numerical integration. As we know, if we have set of n plus 1 values x0, y0, x1, y1, xn, yn. These are n plus 1 points where yi equal to f of xi, and the difference between x0 and x1 is h. That means x1 minus x0 is equal to h. Also x2 minus x1 is equal to h. The value of x1 is x0 plus h. Therefore, this is x2 minus x0 plus h. This is x2 minus x0 minus h. That is 2h is equal to x2 minus x0. That is x2 is given by x0 plus 2h. In the same way, xn is obtained by x0 plus nh. Because the values of x are equally spaced, the difference between any two conjugative values of x is h, that is constant. The values of y are obtained from the values of x and given function yi is equal to f of xi. Now we see how to integrate the interpolating polynomial. If we are given a function as y is equal to f of x, then we find the integration from x0 to xn y dx. This is equal to, by using Newton's forward interpolation formula, we get this as integration from x0 to xn, because there are n plus 1 values of x starting from x0 to xn. We will integrate this function within the range x0 to xn. The Newton's forward interpolation formula is y0 plus p into del y0 plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 factorial del square y0 plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 upon 3 factorial del cube y0 plus the last term is plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 up to p minus n plus 1 upon n factorial into del raised to n y0 into dx. What is the substitution for p? We have x is equal to x0 plus ph. If we put the lower limit of this integration, if we put x is equal to x0, for x is equal to x0, this equation gives x0 is equal to x0 plus ph, implies p value is 0. Because h is constant, h is non-zero, therefore ph equal to 0 implies p equal to 0. Hence, if x is equal to x0, then p is equal to 0. If x is equal to xn, then what this equation gives? xn is equal to x0 plus ph. But what is xn? Just now we have seen xn is equal to x0 plus nh. That is x0 plus nh is equal to x0 plus ph. x0 are cancelled. From this we get nh is equal to ph, hence n is equal to p. Therefore, if x is equal to xn, then n is equal to p. Also, by taking derivative of this equation, we get dx is equal to derivative of x0 with respect to x is 0 plus h is constant h into dp. Therefore, dx is equal to h into dp. Using all these values in this equation, we get, suppose this is equation number first. Therefore, from equation number 1, integration from x0 to xn y dx is equal to integration. If x is equal to x0, then p value takes 0 value. If x is equal to xn, then p is equal to n, means this integration will be from 0 to n, y0 plus p into del y0 plus p into p minus 1 is p square minus p upon 2 factorial is 2 del square y0 plus this 3 factorial is 6, means it is 1 upon 6 in bracket. This multiplication is p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 equal to p square minus p into p minus 2 equal to p cube minus 2p square minus p square plus 2p, which gives p cube minus 3p square plus 2p. Therefore, this bracket is p cube minus 3p square plus 2p plus so on, and integration with respect to p, where dx value is h into dp, but h is constant, so we can write h outside of this integration into integration is with respect to p, that means dp. If we take the integration of each term, what we get? This is equal to h into y0 into integration of dp is p, means this first term is p into y0 plus integration of p is p square upon 2 into del square y0 plus 1 upon 2 is same, integration of p square is p cube upon 3 minus p has integration p square upon 2 into del square y0 plus 1 upon 6 into integration of p cube is p raised to 4 upon 4 minus integration of 3p square is p square because p cube because 3 and 3 are cancelled plus integration of p is p square upon 2 and this 2 is cancelled with 2 which in denominator plus the term is p square plus so on, and the limits for p are from 0 to n. After substitution of limits, we get h into upper limit for p is n into y0 plus n square upon 2 into del square y0 plus 1 upon 2 into n cube upon 3 minus n square upon 2 into del square y0 plus 1 upon 6 into n raised to 4 upon 4 minus n cube plus n square plus so on into h. After solving this bracketed term, we get n into y0 plus n square upon 2. We can see n term is present in each term of this addition, so we can take n as a common, means this equation will be integration from x0 to xn y dx is equal to n into h. Because the lower limit is 0, after substitution of lower limit, each term will tend to 0. Hence the integration from x0 to xn y dx is equal to nh in bracket. N is taken common, the term is only y0, the second term is plus n upon 2 into del y0, this will be del y0 plus the term n is taken common. LCM of these two terms is 6 and the 6 into 2 is 12, means denominator is 12, del square y0 upon 12 in bracket. This will be 2n square because n is common, hence this is n square upon 3 minus n upon 2. After taking least common multiple of these two terms, we get 2n square minus 3n, and again we take n common, that means 2n minus 3 plus LCM of these terms is 4. 4 into 6 is 24, means it is del cube y0 upon 24 in bracket n raised to 4. Because n is taken common, here we get n cube upon 4 minus n square plus n. Again we consider n as a common into n. What remains? N square upon 4 minus n plus 1. After taking least common multiple, we get n square minus 4n plus 4. And this is what? The square of n minus 2. This can be written as n minus 2 square plus so on. This is what? General quadrature formula for numerical integration. Now we will see what is trapezoidal rule. This is the general quadrature formula what we have obtained. Now see the trapezoidal rule for numerical integration. If we put n is equal to 1 in this formula for n equal to 1, what we get? Integration from x0 to x1. Integration from x0 to x1 y dx is equal to, we are using n is equal to 1, hence this multiple is only h into y0 plus n value is 1 into del y0 upon 2. See, as we have n is equal to 1, then all the forward differences of order 2 and greater than 2 are 0. Only the forward difference of order first is non-zero. This difference is non-zero. Del square y0, del cube y0 all are 0 because we are using n is equal to 1. Because we have partitioned this interval x0 to xn into n sub-intervals. x0 to x1 is first sub-interval, x1 to x2 is second sub-interval, and xn minus 1 to xn is the last sub-interval. Now we are integrating this function over the first sub-interval, namely x0 to x1 for n is equal to 1. What is del y0? This is equal to h into y0 plus del y0 is y1 minus y0 upon 2. This is equal to h into 2y0 plus y1 minus y0 upon 2, which is equal to h upon 2 into y0 plus y1. This is equation number 3. If we put n is equal to 1 and we integrate the same function over the second sub-interval, we have integrated the function over first sub-interval, namely x0 to x1. If we integrate over this sub-interval, which is x1, x2, then we obtain integration from x1 to x2, y dx is equal to, h is same because n value is fixed, this value is 1, into, instead of y0, value corresponding to x1 will be y1 because y of x1 is y1 and y of x2 is y2, or we can also substitute these values x1 and x2 in the function f of x. f of x1 is y1, f of x2 is y2. Hence, These values are starting from y1 plus n value is fixed, which is 1 into del y2 into del y1 upon 2. But del y1 this is equal to h into y1 plus del y1 value is y2 minus y1 upon 2. This is equal to h into 2y1 plus y2 minus y1 upon 2. This is equal to h upon 2 into y1 plus y2. This is equation number 4. In the same way, we can integrate the function y over the last subinterval from xn minus 1 to xn, and the value of the integration is integration from xn minus 1 to xn y dx is equal to, because n value is fixed, n is 1, we can write this as 1 into h upon 2, because everywhere we are getting denominator as 2 into y n minus 1 plus yn. This is suppose fifth equation. There are some other equations also in between 4 to 5, but we cannot write all of them because we don't know the value of n exactly. Adding all the integrations represented by equation number 3, 4 and 5, because we are integrating the function y over these subintervals from x0 to xn. So the total integration from x0 to xn will be sum of the integrations over the subintervals x0 to x1. See, this integration from x0 to xn y dx is nothing but the integration from x0 to x1 plus integration from x1 to x2 plus integration from x2 to x3 and up to plus integration from xn minus 1 to xn y dx. We know all these values of the integration x0 to xn y dx is equal to the first value. First integration has value h by 2 into y0 plus y1 plus the second integration has value h by 2 into y1 plus y2 plus the last integration has value h upon 2 yn minus 1 plus yn. This is equal to, as h by 2 is common to all the terms, we write this h by 2 into y0 plus y1 plus this bracket is y1 plus y2 because h by 2 is taken common, plus last is yn minus 1 plus yn. This is equal to h upon 2 into y0 plus this y1 plus y1 will be 2y1. The next integration over the subinterval x2 to x3 contains the term y2 plus y3. So y2 also count twice plus 2y2 plus 2yn minus 1 plus yn. Therefore, if n value is fixed, n is equal to 1, then integration from x0 to xn y dx is h upon 2 into y0 plus 2y1. We can also write this as y0 plus yn plus twice the middle terms y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus yn minus 1. This is called as trapezoidal rule for integration. Thank you.